joining, and we can start with the webinar. Thank you so much. Pradeep, you can
Yeah,
now introduce the guest.
yes. Thanks a lot, ma'am, for your motivational words. Now, it's it's our honor and privilege to introduce our today's resource person, Dr. C.A. Mahesh Bhiwandikar, sir. As far as sir academic qualification concerned, sir is chartered accountant and he has done his MPhil and PhD in commerce. Currently, sir is HOD of Department of Accountancy and Vice Principal of K.M. Agarwal College of Arts, Commerce and Science, Kalyan. Sir is also member Board of Studies, University of Mumbai in subject of BFM. Sir also member of studies in SRT, that's Swami Ramananda Tirth Marathwada University Nanded in subject of Commerce and Management. Sir is recognized PhD research guide of University of Mumbai in subject of Accountancy and Commerce, as well as Pacific University Rajasthan in subject of Commerce. Sir is recognized referee for assessment of PhD thesis at Swami Ramananda Tirth Marathwada University Nanded. Also shared chairman and initiator of Achievers College of Commerce and Management Night Degree College, which is affiliated to University of Mumbai. Chairman of Sri Jnanaraj Mauli Shikshan Seva Mandal, Chairman of Achievers High Public School and Junior College Kalyan, Vice Chairman of Governing Council of Yashwantrao Chafekar College Palghar, Member of Governing Council SST College Arts and Commerce Ulhasnagar, Public Information Officer of KM Agarwal College, Director of Nirmala Ujwal Cooperative Credit Society Kalyan Branch, Vice President of Thane District Boxing Association, Advisory for Sri Panchal Samaj Community Kalyan, and a member of Social Advisory Committee, that's Swam Siddhi College of Management, Bhiwandi. As far as her professional career concerned, Sir is the sole proprietor of CA firm, namely MK Bhiwandikar and Company, situated in Domboli since 1994. He is also a fellow member of Chartered Accountant of India, New Delhi, and also a partner of AMN and Associates, Mumbai, one of the leading CA firm. As far as her academic activity concerned, Sir is member of Board of Studies in BCom Financial Market. Sir also member of Board of Studies and paper setter and moderator for various university examination. Sir is also appointed as a VC nominee, management nominee, subject expert for conduct of interview at various college. Sir also had played a role of convener of 5 international and 6 national level conference. Sir is also a member of research paper screening committee at various national level conferences. Sir also invited many times as a guest lecturer, chief guest, motivational speakers at various schools and colleges for a career guidance. Sir has completed his 6 minor research projects, out of 5 are funded by University of Mumbai and 1 is funded by UGC. Sir has also presented total 38 research papers out of which 19 at international level and 16 at national level and 2 at a state level. Sir also has made total 34 research publications at a various national and international level. Sir has also received many special awards for his commitment and contribution towards the academic excellence. So, my dear participants, I would like to mention few of them. Academic Excellence Award 2018, National Human Rights Award at the International Conference 2015, Outstanding Research Paper Award at the International Conference 2011, Outstanding Research Paper Award at the International Conference 2014, Maharashtra State Cooperative Bank Association Award 2012 in the hands of Sri Harshodhan Patil for outstanding thesis work in PhD of Merger of Urban Cooperative Bank in Maharashtra, Best Teacher Lifetime Award 2012 by GD Pol Foundation of YMT College of Management, and Panchal Gaurav Puraskar 2005 by the community of Panchal Samaj. So, my dear participant, today we have one of dynamic personality in subject of financial management who guide all our teaching and faculties and others in the management of personal finance. So, it's my great privilege. May I request Dr. C.A. Mahesh Bhiwandikar sir to take the charge. Sir, Bhiwandikar sir?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Yes. Can I share my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, everybody. May I start, Pradeep sir?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Start.
Yeah.
Thanks, sir.
Respected Principal, Dr. Shamim Sayyed, the convener of this beautiful event and webinar, Mr. Pradeep Taude, all seniors in the profession, teaching profession, all are present here, and my dear friends. It's indeed a matter of great privilege to be a part of this webinar today morning, sharing my thoughts and experiences on efficient management of personal finance. Friends, this COVID and lockdown has given growth to the number of webinars and conferences and informative lectures. We are attending all these webinars, collecting certificates, which will be useful for us in the future. But let me tell you that this is something, this webinar will be something different for you, because it will be advice from a chartered accountant teacher to all teacher colleagues. Friends, let me tell you, you have sacrificed your beautiful Sunday. So I will take care that it will not be wasted, or this time will not be wasted. You will be definitely benefited out of all this discussion of around 1 hour. First of all, let me thank the NSS college team for giving me such a wonderful opportunity and a beautiful introduction by Pradeep sir of mine. Thank you very much for his kind words. Friends, this financial planning or personal finance is very beautiful topic, and it's very near to me. Being chartered accountant, I have been observing many of the clients, I have around 600 client base. I have been observing their investment pattern. I have been observing their income pattern. And over a period of 25 years, through this observation, I have drawn certain conclusions and set up a set of rules which will be helpful to all, either teachers or the entrepreneurs or a common man, for successful financial planning, or rather efficient management of personal finance. Let me tell you one thing, that if you have a proper financial plan, or if you have financial discipline which is inculcated in yourself, that will result in early achievement of your goals or lifetime targets. Many people take a view that चल रहा है, चलने दो, हो जाएगा, आज नहीं तो कल हो जाएगा, अच्छे दिन आने वाले हैं, and everything like that. But friends, let me tell you frankly, nobody else can teach you better than yourself. We are in the teaching profession. I see many senior teachers attending this webinar, and more experienced than me rather attending this webinar. Friends, we are all the time busy in college activities. 5 hours are being spent in college, plus 2-3 hours into the traveling, and rest of the day we are not doing anything, or wasting our time, or giving our time which do not gives us fruits, or which do not gives us returns. So this seminar, or whatever experiences I'll be sharing with you, may be an eye-opener for you, that yes, here is something which I can do. Here is something, if I practice this in my life, I'll be definitely multiplying my own sources of income. So let me begin with my presentation with the kind permission of all of you. Friends, let us understand what is personal finance. I am not here to give you definition or something, you all are learned people. But personal finance is nothing but an individual ability to make financing and investing decisions. There are two aspects into it. One is financing and another is investing. Financing is a term which is used for earning income, or rather multiplying the sources of income, or checking what I can do, or finding out which sources will fetch me money in addition to the salary. And investment which will give me an insight that how I can invest my surplus funds into the proper pockets or into the safe hands. Friends, you have to have do this with the available resources. To the teacher, resources are like we have internet guru or we have personal case studies that मेरे दोस्तों ने ये किया है तो ये भी मैं करूंगा, then I can multiply my income. We have available resources or which you can rely upon, which you can trust upon, so that you can exit as a successful firm. Of course, this all exercise is in order to maximize the returns on investments. You know, there are a whole lot of options available for investing money, but comparing the options and finding out the best option which suits to me, that means investment should be in a safe hands, number one. Number two, it shall fetch maximum returns. And number three is, at the time when I require money or at the time which I am in need of a finance, I must be able to encash that investments. So these are the three aspects of individual finance or personal finance which one must recognize or keep in mind, that is financing and investing activities, that to how to earn more and more income and how to put it in the safe pocket which will fetch me maximum returns. It also includes many other aspects like finding out new sources of income. Friends, we are all teachers and most of us have only one source of finance, that is one source of income, that is income from salary. Apart from income from salary, we have, you know, examination remuneration coming out, then university remuneration from IDOL or university remuneration from paper setting, but that's all about the income sources. These 2 or 3 additional sources are very bigger amount as compared to others. But many of us are dependent on only one source of income, that is income from salary. And that too, let me tell you one thing, out of whole lot of 24 hours available to each one on this earth, we spend only 5 hours. Or some teachers who are more enthusiastic spend 6 to 7 hours into the college. And rest of the 19 or 17 hours, what do they do? Friends, I appeal to all of us that please record the hour-wise spending of your time for at least a week's. That Monday 7 to 8 I have done this, 8 to 9 I have done this, 9 to 10 I have done this. For 13 hours or 14 hours a day, you have your written chart. Then on Sunday morning, sit with yourself, find out what time I have spent, whether I have spent it for productive works which fetch me income, or whether I have spent it for unproductive things. If you do this analysis, take it from me, it will be a breakthrough or eye-opener for you. Personal finance management also include managing your expenses. Friends, many of the spendings are either for needs or for wants. Needs are utmost necessary, wants are may not be necessary. It is some sacrifice that you have to give, or it is the desire for which you spend money. So please check how do you spend your money, or try to observe your spending pattern for a period of last 1 year and then find out how can I manage my expenses. Friends, this lockdown period of 2 months has taught us that I can have a good spending on the needs of my family, which ranges around 15,000 to 20,000. मुझे बस 15-20 हजार में मैं अच्छी जिंदगी जी सकता हूँ. I can have homemade good food and I can live my life. It also includes the management of personal finance, also include managing your debts. Please check from where do you draw loans, or where do you take loans, where do you raise your funds, additional funds, and at what rate of interest you are taking that finance. So you have to check or manage your debts also. It also includes managing of savings and investments. Friends, I have seen many teachers who has lot much money kept idle into his saving account. As you are aware that saving account fetches interest around 2%, 3% or maximum 4% per annum. But keeping money idle into the saving account, friends, to my view, it's a crime. You do not invest money into the proper sources or resources, keeping idle, or rather investing money will give you returns or will have increase in your fund balance. And lastly, personal finance includes the financial freedom. At the end of the day, we should be free from all worries of the future. If you manage your personal finance nicely, take it from me, you will not have worries that kal mera kya hoga, COVID lockdown और एक महीना बढ़ गया तो मेरा क्या होगा. Proceeding further, friends, as a teacher, I was thinking, what are the challenges for teachers in managing personal finance? These challenges are either a problems or are either an opportunities for looking at our own, what I can do more. So challenges are, we all are 100% dependent on only one source of income, salary. You must have seen that COVID period, salary are delayed unreasonably. And if somebody do not have emergency fund in his or her own hand, they might have faced difficulties. Or many people are thinking in this period of COVID or lockdown that मेरा और एक income source होता तो और अच्छा होता. मैं अगर past में ये करता तो आज मैं और अच्छे स्थिति में होता और I would have been at better position. Friends, 100% dependency on one source of income is a problem. Friends, you must have multiple sources of income to live a lavish life. So I will give you some tips how a teacher can exceed himself for his personal finance. The second challenge is we do not have financial plan. We listen to the budget of many people. We listen a nation's budget. But have you had prepared your own budget for the financial year or academic year or calendar year? Check up. What do you plan to do in a coming year? How are you going to spend your salary or money that you are earning this year? How are you going to invest money into for the future good of your life? So have your personal financial plan. Friends, I request or advise all my teachers, in an Excel sheet, please write what you have done in the past. कि past में मेरा financial plan कैसा था, and how am I going to have budget for next financial year. So financial plan is something which is very important in the life of a teacher. So you must have financial plan. If you have any difficulties, you can search, you can talk to people, you can talk to chartered accountant friends, you can talk to your friend who knows or understands personal finance and have your budget or financial plan for next year. Next challenge is failure to distinguish between needs and wants. Friends, I can understand spending money on needs because it is for your day-to-day life. It is for your groceries or household expenses or health insurance or electricity bill or fees of your wards or children. These are all needs. One must spend on needs. But as far as wants are concerned, one must restrict ourselves. Wants gives you either inconvenience, nothing else. These are not needs. I'll give you an example like unnecessary shopping. If you go to the mall, you will find out that जो मेरे जिंदगी में नहीं है वो मॉल दिखाता है. That is the problem. Unnecessary dining out. Then expenses on hobbies, spending lot much money on the lifestyle, spending lot much money on the scents or number of shirts or number of saris. Check up whether I am right in my spendings or not. So many people fail to maintain the the proper balance between savings and investment because of unnecessary spendings. So you have to check the spendings. Next challenge is credit card spending. Friend, credit card is something which what I earn, I spend more due to credit card. Your spendings are more than your earnings due to credit card. You know, one of my friend has been misusing credit card for many of the period, and he has at the end land up in paying interest at the rate of 24% or 36% per year throughout his life, and just paying on the installments to credit cards. This is something a problem. Please check your credit card spending, or rather I would advise to have only debit card which is linked to your salary account and spend whatever you earn. Do not exceed limits in spending via credit cards. So that is one of the challenge. One must have control on the spendings. Next challenge is wrong decisions in borrowing. Friends, when we are in need of money, we borrow. We borrow either from a bank or non-banking finance companies, or from small cooperative credit societies, or from personal friends and relatives. You have to check whether what rate of interest are being applied. What is the rate of interest that I am spending on my borrowings? Whether I am spending much. High interest credits are always dangerous, because when we take a loan, we blindly sign number of papers or documents in the bank. We never read, and while repaying one by one, all the rules are being shown by the bank, all the debits are given to your account. So wrong decisions in borrowing may land us in trouble. Next challenge is wrong investments. You know, as far as investments are concerned, I'll be sharing 2 to 3 slides on investment, how to maximize the returns on investments. I'll not talk much on investment right now, but let me tell you one thing. This is one of the challenge. If it is not addressed properly, the investments, wrong investments may land in trouble. And last challenge is failure to understand the concept of compounding. Friend, this concept of compounding, as far as investment is concerned, gives us maximum returns, or multiply or returns in geometric progression. I'll give an example wherein, suppose I have investment in shop, I am getting monthly rent. If I put that rent into the recurring deposit account, it fetches me again interest. So if I deposit my income into the another income earning sources, it will give me a compounding interest, or it will maximize my income source. So friends, these are all challenges. So I'll just recollect it once again. Dependency on one source of income, no financial plan, and failure to distinguish between needs and wants, credit card spendings, wrong decisions in borrowings, wrong investments, and failure to understand concept of compounding. These are all challenges. Let me go to the main crux of this presentation. I will give you 5 rules or 5 golden rules for effective management of finance. Friends, these rules are governed, or these rules are my outcome of research of mine since last 25 years. I have been practicing as a chartered accountant. I have been advising many clients. I have been consultant to many teachers for managing their portfolio or finance. I have been talking to many people. I have studied many cases of mismanagement, or rather effective management of finance, and arrived at 5 golden rules of effective management of finance. You did not write. If you want, I'll share this PowerPoint, but take it from me. If you understand these 5 rules, you will definitely improve upon management of your personal finance. So let's go to rule 1. Rule 1 says that maximize your income. Friends, there are two types of income, active income and passive income. Active income is the income earned by an individual from day-to-day activities. I work in the college, I get salary. I assess question papers, I get examination remuneration. I draft or set a question paper for university, I get remuneration for drafting question paper. I give consultancy. So many of the science teachers are consultant to chemical factories. Many of the commerce teachers are consultant to entrepreneurs. Many of the teachers are offering free consultancy to the students as far as entrepreneurship is concerned, incubation center is concerned, and we are getting remuneration for having extra activities conducted into the college, or spending a part time into some other organization gives you active income. While advising you on maximizing your income, I have seen many teachers in the colleges or various colleges, they have multiplied their source of income by spending their remaining time of the day into the another activities. These activities include, friends, one of my friend runs a UPSC MPSC guidance center. He has started with a rented premises, had started with only 3 students, and take it from me, today in Thane he is having a good, in a locality, a premises as his own with 2 classrooms and 1 offices, and student strength is more than 250. His income from UPSC guidance center is much more than what he earns into the college as salary. What he do is, morning 7 to 12 he goes to college, goes to home, take his lunch, then goes to his center for remaining days. He sits there. He has employed 3 teachers for guiding and 1 counselor. They do their job and he is just acting as a guiding force. He do not teach into the UPSC and MPSC. But friends, spending his quality time of remaining day, he has started MPSC center and he guides many students, and he is treated as mentor of more than 2,000, 3,000 students nowadays. He has his students into the police, he has students employed into the government offices like sales tax, income tax. Wherever he goes, he is being honored or he is given a class 1 treatment. So these are, of course, other benefits. Talking to finance, this center can give you money. Then Center for Guidance of Entrance Exam. Many of the railway exam, banking exams are there. You can easily guide. If you train yourself into that direction, if you study those sources, then you will be able to teach. Friends, we teachers can teach anything. एक बार चालू किया तो 50 मिनट हम लोग रुकते नहीं हैं. Given topic, we can speak on any topic. We can teach anything. So, friends, my request to you with folded hands is, get yourself a targeted training and exercise that in your life so you can start career guidance center. One of my friend has started a center wherein he offer guidance to the student for having education in foreign countries. He has tied up with 8 universities around the globe. He has one tie-up with a college in Dubai, one tie-up with the universities in London, US, and then Singapore. Then he sends people, he sends students, he offers counseling, he organizes online interviews, he conducts classes for the exams or English speaking or communication skills for mentoring students. And he sees that the students are admitted in foreign universities. At the end of the day, what the fruits he gets, he gives free of cost consultancy to these children. He charges minimum amount for training or English speaking or this other preparing students for entrance exam. But he gets much revenue from these foreign universities for admissions. Nowadays he's been visiting those universities. That university is spending money for him for air tickets, free stay into the foreign, along with his house. So two things are being served is you are mentor or you are acting as a guiding force to the children or students. Number two, you are giving students to foreign universities and earning income. And number three, you are visiting foreign countries with your spouse without a single penny from your own pocket. So what he has done, he has spent little time on research and development. He has started his center. He has, what he has done initially is he has found one such center in Bombay, and he said, I will come to there daily for 5 to 6 hours and just sit there. He has studied all the ins and outs of that institution and started his own. Friends, what else you can do? You can start computer classes. Every student, in spite of his traditional learning in college, have joined either some computer classes, either learning Tally or web designing, web or internet, or the designing of websites or certain courses. Every student is doing this. Only thing is, we must provide opportunity to students. If we are guiding students to join XYZ institution, why not guide students to join our own institution? We can mentor them better than any other commercial coaching class. One of my friends has his placement campaigns. He has tied up with 50 companies and he is acting as a placement officer. What he do is nothing but from his college, he pick up smart children or smart students, he train them for jobs, makes them appear for interviews and place them. There are two types of income in placement agencies. One is out of first salary, you get some share. Number two is companies to whom we are giving human resource. They share you as a commission 1 month salary. Friends, these are some additional source of income. We are teachers. We can explore many sources of such incomes. But I have also exercised in my life some of these sources, and let me tell you frankly that I have earned much income from these sources. So rule 1 is maximize your income. This is what I am talking about, only active source of income. Let me go to another source of income, that is passive income. Passive income is something which is earned while you don't have to do anything, only you have to invest money and go to sleep. That investment will fetch you income even if you are not working. One of the best example is real estate. Friends, many of the time we have surplus money is either into our saving account. If you utilize it properly. Number 2 is, as a teacher, looking at our salary slip, any bank is ready to give you finance. If you find out some bank which is giving you money at lower rate of interest ranging from 8, 9, 10 or 11%, so I will add my savings plus I will add to it the loans, and I can buy either one shop which will give me monthly rent. Number 2, I can buy some office which will give me monthly rent, or wherein I can go sit and start my career. Or I can have investment in a residential flat which will give me additional source of income as far as rent is concerned. Or I can deposit my money with the builders. If builder starts a construction of a particular building, if I goes and talk to him that, friend, I have 10 lakhs rupees, can I book this flat? So he gives you an option that you can have builder can sell that plot to any of the customer. I get the differential amount of whatever I have whatever rate I have invested when building was a starting phase, and whatever market rate when building is ready for sale, lock and key possession. So this is the concept of investor flag. Investor flag gives us maximum returns as far as investments are concerned. Number two is passive income is capital gain on real estate. Friends, real estate gives rents to you. But in addition to the rent, there is a normal appreciation into the market rates of the real estate. I'll give you an example. In 2005, I had purchased one shop for 13 lakhs. It was only 150 square feet. In 2015, the same shop or same office which I had purchased for 15 lakhs, I sold it to 42 lakhs. In 10 years of time, my investment was multifold. It has given me an appreciation for 10 years as far as rent was I have utilized to repay my loans, and appreciation was so much. This is what is the best or pure example of passive income. So income gives you monthly returns also and returns as long-term investment. Source of passive income is fixed deposit. If you have surplus money, ideally lying into the saving bank account, put it into the fixed deposit. Fixed deposit fetches interest right from 7% to 11%. If you keep it in bank, 7 to 8%. If you keep it in corporates, it's 9%. If you keep it in bonds, it gives you much more than 11 to 12%. Another best example of passive income bonds. If you put money into the government bonds, it has a dual benefit. One, it gives you fixed returns, and another is it gives you income tax deduction under Section 80C also. So these bonds are beneficial from both angles. One is fixed rate of returns per month. Another is the income tax benefits. Investments in share is another source of passive income. But what I advise is, if you do not have proper study of share market, do not invest in it. If you can spare 1 hour daily observing share market, you study the share market, or if you have good consultant who is a friend, with the advice of him, you can invest into the share market. There are a lot of shares which gives you much returns as far as dividend is concerned. I have seen companies like Infosys which gives the dividends ranging from 36% to 102%. So these shares one must identify and put money into the shares. Then another source of passive income is royalty from patents or copyright. Being teacher, if we develop some patents, like science teacher has developed some patents and registered it, it can fetch you income. Recently the people are starting the business even if during this lockdown period, like sanitizer or mask. These are best products. Each and every of India must have mask. So we can have sources of getting it manufactured, or just have some teacher have written books. One of my friend who was a commerce teacher having experience of 20 years have management book on management. He had sent more than 2,000 copies, sold more than 2,000 copies. Wherever he goes into the college for visit, sells 5 books to their libraries and return with them. Or the publisher pays him 5% rights or royalty on his books. Another source of passive income is mutual funds. Mutual funds may fetch much returns. If you get a proper mix of mutual fund or systematic investment plan, it will fetch you. Angel investor for startups. Friends, I run incubation center in my college. Many students comes with an idea. I help them having market research, then financing or proper financial from that investment, them angel investors. There is of course a risk, but rewards are also in multiples. So you can being angel investors. So friends, let me tell you, you should have a proper mix or a proper combination of active income and passive income, which will help you to attain your financial target. I'll give you an example of BHIWANDIKAR learning app. You know, he was a teacher, founded his education company for online learning in just 2012. You know, he has a learning app for online lectures for the students, and today his company's worth is around 30,000 crore. He's a teacher from engineering college or tuition classes, and see what miracle he has done within a period of last 8 years. So enough of earnings. Let's go to rule 2 on investments. Invest wisely. Friends, it's my advice to you all that you must have wise investment. You see, an investment is said to be wise when it derives maximum returns as compared to similar investment option. If given a 10 investment options, we are all learned and educated, we can find which are more risky, which are rewarding. If invested in such an option, my investment or my basic fund will remain safe and which will fetch me much more income. So you should have wise investment. How do you do investment wisely? That's a question. Number one is investment in passive income asset. I have given examples, or rather I'll be giving more examples in my future presentation. You should have much investment in passive income earning assets. You may have investment in government schemes having benefits under Income Tax Act, as investment in government bonds. It has a regular returns. Number 2 is it is investment in safe hand, that is government. And number 3 is you get benefits of deductions under Section 80 rules. Number 3 is investments in high dividend paying stock. Again, I have said earlier, you must have your portfolio designed in such a nice manner that you earn maximum dividend or investments are into the good pockets. You know, Buffett has said that don't put all of your eggs into the one pocket or one basket. Having investment in only one stream may be a problem in future, but you should have multiple streams and multiple companies in which you have share investment, which will give you much high dividend or high returns. Investing in real estate is another. I'll explore investment options later, but investment in real estate is a very beautiful option. Into the real estate, there are important factors that is to be looked upon. Is the expenditure on stamp duty, market valuation, and fair market value. So, friends, let us invest wisely. I'll give you some options which carries benefits, which will have our deduction of under Section 80C or 80D or 80AA, and gives you benefit or save your tax to insurance, Bajaj Alliance, or ICICI Prudential. One must be wise in selecting the insurance plan. LIC do not give you much returns ranging from 6 to 7 or 8%. There are insurance companies or even 15%. So we must explore an option on investing in LIC. There is a public provident fund. We pay provident fund, that is the recognized provident fund, or employees provident fund, that is 12% deducted from our salary, and that is being deposited by college into the government. But friend, there is another option. You can have a public provident fund account either into the State Bank or Bank of Maharashtra or any of the nationalized bank, which gives you 9% rate of interest. There is an example given by many people that if you invest 1,000 rupees per year into the PPF account for 15 years, at the end of 15 years, it gives you 31,000 rupees. When you see the 15,000 rupees invested over a period of 15 years has given you 31,000 rupees. You can multiply this formula and plan your investments in public provident fund. Then there is national pension scheme. You get additional benefit of 50,000 of deduction under section 80C if you invest in NPS. Then this NPS is a scheme which is governed by government of India, and investment of whatever fund you deposit into the NPS is balancedly made by the government in fixed deposit with RBI, then government bonds, then companies shares or mutual funds, and NPS maximize the, and as NPS maximize return, they share it to the beneficiaries or the people who are of. So that is one of the most recommended source of investment. Third is being girl. If you are girl child, you can have Sukanya Samruddhi account. Then next is you must have medical insurance paid each year. And I pray God that it should be vested. You should not land up trouble of hospitalization or utilizing or getting from it. But medical insurance have dual impact. One is it gives you income tax rebate, and another thing is it keeps you tension free for whole life as far as your hospital bills of your concern of you, yourself, your spouse, your children, and your family. So that is one must. Otherwise, you must have medical insurance. Then there is ADTTA, which gives you benefits up to 10,000 as far as your bank interest is concerned. You keep money into the bank, and that interest is being exempt. There are other sections, section 54, 54F, and 24B. It gives you benefits for the returns on your investments. Section 54 speaks about savings on capital gain tax, amount received from residential property or sale of residential property. If invested in another residential house, is 100% savings on. Capital gain tax has a special rate of 20%. For example, I have bought a house in 2005 for say 20 lakhs, and I am selling it 2020 for 60 lakhs. This 40 lakhs of gain is attracted to the capital gain. And if you do not reinvest the sale proceeds of your flat into the new residential flat, then you will end up in paying 20% tax on gains. Of course, there are indexation rules and all. So that money you can save by investing in another flat. So Section 54 helps you in saving the tax. Section 54 says that if you have a gain on sale of any of other your asset, like sale of shares, sale of gold and ornaments, sale of any of the properties or bonds, capital gains earned on those sources can be exempt if you invest those money into the residential house. 100% tax is being saved from paying income tax. Then there is section 24B, wherein if you are rental income out of the funding from bank, if you have purchased a residential house, flat, or a office or a shop from bank borrowings, whole lot of interest you can get deduction from your rent, and even excessive interest can be adjusted against income from salary. So that will be savings. Number two, savings as far as interest is concerned, and another is earning rental income. Amount paid to acquire property also allowed as deduction, like stamp duty and registration charges you pay. That deduction is available from the your income. I'll give you two examples, like Warren Buffett, a person who made fortune out of stock market. I did not say much about him. A whole lot of things Let me give example of Jack Ma, founder of Alibaba. He was a professor in university in China, created online platform of trading, Alibaba, and today he is one of the successful persons. We are also friends, teachers. We can also do something. Let me take you to the real estate. This topic is very near and dear to me, as I have earned much of my money from real estate. Let me give you a quote that 90% of millionaires become so through owing a real estate. Investing in real estate gives you multifold incomes. Only thing is we should have some market research. Till today, my practice is on Sunday morning, I take my car and go around market. I visit builder office, I visit agent's place, and I talk to them, and I find out which area is good for investments. Let me tell you one thing, that the returns on real estate depends on location of the property. If you select proper location, clear title, marketable location, then real estate investment fetches maximum returns. If you have a market survey of only 1 or 2 months or just 4 Sundays a month, you will be master in real estate and you can gain much from investments. You should have a network of real estate agents. In my mobile, I have more than 100 of real estate agents because I keep on calling them. They also keep on calling me that sir, इधर एक दुकान है, इसका मार्केट वैल्यू 50 लाख है, अपने को 25 लाख में मिल रहा है. इधर एक ऑफिस है, here is an office which is located on first floor, roadside facing, furnished office is available for 30 lakhs or 35 lakhs. I immediately go in the evening or I give appointment of Sunday, that Sunday को आता हूँ देख लेंगे. I visit, I talk to the owner, what he was doing in that office, why he is selling that property, how that property is available to me at lesser rate of or lesser price, and I grab that opportunity and I invest. Immediately same estate agent gives me an opportunity, sir एक भाड़े का गिराईक है, shall I bring him? I said bring him. I interview that person. If I think him fit or feasible, I just lease it out. So same day, even if I have not become the owner of that property by paying full money, the customer is there or lease is there to occupy my office. I keep on meeting many people into the real estate sector. I visit builder office or new construction sites, go and see the sample flats, talk to builder and get inputs from the builder. Why is so much of it? Can you reduce it? If I pay you much money or give you good advance, can you reduce the rate? So this much question if you ask, and friends, teachers, fraternity have very respect into the market. Let us encash it. अगर builder के पास जाता हूँ, बोलता हूँ I am teacher into the college, he reduces rate by 1,000 rupees. So benefits are there. I visit property exhibition. Many of the property exhibitions are being held by MCHI or Builders Association or state government. I visit. I find out many builders doing good or giving good infrastructures or give good residential flats opportunities or good offices. You know, we get knowledge out of it. Then I read Times Property every Sunday, and that gives you much inputs about the rates for all markets. I study RERA Act, Real Estate Regulation Act, wherein I can find out the ins and outs of the law. I can talk to builder कि भाई ये किया तो और benefit मिल सकता है. If builder try to cheat me, I can show him these are the provisions of RERA Act. You cannot cheat. So these are all ins and outs of real estate market, and you must learn. Friends, COVID-19 or lockdown period, many people are looking at what will happen to the business after COVID. Day before yesterday, I was listening to Niranjan Hiranandani. He is a chartered accountant and well-known builder. He foresees the tremendous reduction in the real estate cost ranging from 2% to 23%. The flat which is available at 10,000 rupees per square feet will now be available at 7,000 rupees per square feet. The right time to buy real investments. Finance Minister has, day before yesterday, has given extension to all real estate projects by 6 months. There will be high strain in cash flow of builders, which will compel them to sell real estate or their stock of flats at lower rates. Due to drop in demand, there are a whole lot of flexibilities will be given to you for payment options. Builder will give you red carpet treatment. That, sir, अभी कितना पैसा है उसमें आप बुकिंग कर दो, आपको लोन मिलेगा, वो आप उतना दे दो और बैलेंस आप 1 साल में दे दो, फ्लैट का पोजीशन. This is the position of the market. People will treat you and execute you when you reach and go to the builder's office for buying a property. As I said earlier, being salaried people showing out salary slip will give you, the bankers are ready to give, because if they lend us, they know that their lending is safe in the safe hands. Let me give you a quote that best investment on earth is earth itself. I have studied many options of investments and I have came to a conclusion that best investment on earth is earth itself. You must invest into the real estate. The question remains, how do I raise finance for investments in real estate? Friends, we have our own savings. Many times we get arrears, 7 pay arrears is expected. Many of the time we get arrears for our placements. That money is surplus to us. We can get commercial loan or mortgage loan from banks. Banks are ready to lend us loans. Many times bank manager comes to college staff giving, or marketing their loans. So you should grab such opportunities. Then top up loans on existing housing loan. If I have a housing loan paying since last 5 to 6 years, I can approach same banker and tell them I want 10 lakh more from out of said loans, because out of 5 years my flat cost has gone up and loan has gone down. Bank manager is ready to finance me, give me top up loan. That top up loan has 2 aspects. One is it helps you in buying real estate. Another is it helps you in getting income tax deductions or saving your tax money. Then second thing is you can withdraw your PF. Friends, after retirement, life is secured as far as teacher is concerned, because there will be 7 pay will give you good pensions. So we need not worry about after retirement life. So we can withdraw your PF balance instead of keeping it idle at 8% of rate of interest. And if you are gaining 22% in saving in real estate, I am ready to withdraw my PF. Then sale of excessive investment in gold. I will advise my lady staff members or teachers, if you buy or invest into the gold, do not invest in ornaments. You can have gold coins kept in your lockers or safety, and these gold coins gives you more money than investment in the ornaments. Or in ornaments, you spend a whole lot of money on making charges and reduction in the purity of the gold. But gold coin with 99.9% purity or purity will give you increased 23 carat rate. You can sell when you are buying real estate. Gold gives you income ranging from 8% to 12% only, but real estate fetches you more than 18% to 22%. I can borrow from my relatives or friends, of course, without interest. Somebody is ready to give or somebody is ready to give at bank FD rate, I can borrow it. I can get lower against my fixed deposit, which is available to you many of time free of cost, or 0.5% or 1% per year. Or I can sell my slow moving assets or my investments prior investment to buy another investment. My advice is to choose a right mix of all sources and put your money into the one pocket and just invest into the real estate. Friends, real estate, from my experience, at one point of time, every after a cycle of 3 to 5 years, I used to buy one flat or a shop. After 15 years, what I have done is I have sold out all my 6 offices and flats, and I have clubbed my investment and invested a whole lot of money buying one full building into the heart of the city. It was a small building, of course, but I was able to do it because of my past investments. Let me go to rule 3. Friends, I have 5 rules to say. I'll take more of 15 minutes of you and finish my, I know I'm taxing you on Sunday. Third rule is distinguish between assets and liabilities. Asset is a type of investment which generates value over a period of time, which is appreciation in the value of asset at the time of disposal. Such assets are, I said, shops or offices or flats. But liability type of investments are such which has only outflow of my resources over the years, which does not generate value, or which has a depreciated value over a period of time. Friends, many of the people do not differentiate between asset and liability. If I have real estate into the market area, which is a good, cheaply populated, it's an asset. But if I buy a second home somewhere into the somewhere which is out of city, and I land the money on either maintenance or municipal tax, or going there, taking friends there, spending much time, and there is no resale value to it. So sometimes asset becomes liability. So that you must understand, in long run, asset should not become liability. I'll give you an example. I had 2 teachers, classic example, teaching in my college. Both had 10 lakhs rupees in their hand. Mr. A or Professor A, what he has done is, he has bought a luxury car. Oda le liya usne 10 lakh. And these 10 lakhs invested in car, luxury car, has depreciated his asset over a period of 5 years. The car which was bought for 10 lakhs, after 5 years, nobody was ready to give him 3 lakhs rupees. So he has to compulsorily save it. Year 1, he has depreciation was 2 lakhs. Year 2, depreciation was 160, and so on and so forth. At the end of 5th year, his asset depreciated and his money vanished into the car. But Professor B was there, who was wise enough, who has taken my advice and invested into the real estate. What is done? Real estate. Real estate, he has invested 10 lakhs. There is appreciation over a period of 5 years, say increment appreciation of 2 lakhs, 3 lakhs, 4 lakhs, 5 lakhs, and 6 lakhs. At the end of 6 years, his value of his shop or real estate was 30 lakhs. And again, he has got a rent. पहले साल उसको 10,000 रुपया per month rent था, दूसरे साल उसको 12,500 रुपया rent था, and he has earned lot much money from the rent. And at the end of 5 years, what he has done is, he had earned 5 years, enjoyed a lot of rent. Then at the end of 5th year, his investment was 3 times better what he has invested. And friends, here comes the crux of stories. He now can buy a car worth 10 lakhs or even 20 lakhs out of his earnings from passive income. This is the success formula. You should spend money on your hobbies or wants out of the passive income, not the active income. There are some success tips for managing your finance. First is save an investment in appreciating asset. not the depreciating asset. We are all learned faculty members. We must understand depreciating and appreciating asset. Second is generate passive income from such appreciating asset. Whatever investment you have done, it should fetch monthly returns. That is what is I foresee. Third is fulfill all your luxuries and desires from such passive income, and bonds should be out of passive income instead of investing in depreciated asset. The advice is never invest in depreciating asset from a single source of income, like some of our friends have salary income में से एक ही depreciable asset में आप invest करोगे तो over a period of time we will land. Friends, let me take you to rule 4. This rule 4 is very important as far as financial management is concerned. I said in my first slide that you should manage your own expenses. While managing your own expenses, you must be able to differentiate between needs and wants. Needs are essential for survival, like food, clothing, shelter. Needs are basic requirement of life. Needs that is something you must have. They are limited in nature. They are essential for life, and non-fulfillment of needs may result in disease or poor family. Friends, you are a teacher. I will not tell you, or expand on this, but let me tell you the distinction between needs and wants. Wants is something which is expensive and unnecessary. I have given example like food or groceries or household expenses. Medical are all your needs, but wants are unnecessary shoppings, then dining expenses, unnecessary into the hi-fi restaurants, then spending monies on hobbies and spending monies on impressive lifestyle just to impress others. Individual, it's a desire of individual. Wants are spending on desire. Each individual likes to have something which you wish to have. Friends, wants are limited, but needs are limited, but wants are unlimited. Non-fulfillment of wants results into only a disappointment for a particular point of time, not for the whole lot of control on your want and spend money only on your needs. You will be able to spend much money on your savings and investment. Let me give you one success formula on this. Please have 30-20-50 rules. 30-20-50 rule means 30% of your gross income or net income you earn after income tax deduction or in-hand salary on your needs. Only you should restrict yourself while drafting your budget. Keep it into the mind that 30% of your incomes is spent on the needs. 20% of incomes you must spend on your wants. अपनी भी कुछ इच्छाएं होती है, अपनी भी कुछ will and wish होते हैं. You must spend, but restrict yourself on 20%. And whole lot of 50% income you must spend on your savings. Savings does mean either putting money into the investment or repaying the debts which are raised for raising funds for financing activities. Friends, let me go to rule 5. Rule 5 is very important, managing your debts. It is very important to have Excel sheet writing all your debts and liabilities. In your personal computer, I advise you all keep one Excel sheet of debts like this. Like I have a credit card loan of 1 lakh which fetches 24% interest and 3 years of I must pay that. I have a housing loan of 30 lakhs which is 11% interest and 15 years is repaying for repayment period. I have education loan for my daughter of 10 lakhs, interest rate is 12.5% and 6% is repayment period. I have a car loan of 5 lakhs, 12% is the interest, 5 years is the repayment period, and say Bajaj Finance for AC or TV or fridge, whatever is there, but that loan is of 13% and repayment year is. If you closely look all these borrowings, a normal person says that I have borrowed and is fetching 24 interest, so what should I do? I should assign the priorities to my debts. I must kick off or pay off high interest debts. I'll advise, don't pay housing loan. Housing loan you must steadily repay because it has dual benefits. One is income tax benefit and low interest rate. So that is housing loan. Education and car loans you must pay off before assigned period. One more option is, while managing debts, is you can take low interest loans to repay your high interest loan or top up loan on your housing or mortgages will give you rate of interest of 6%. Yesterday, Nirmala Sitharaman, Honorable Finance Minister, has announced that there will be a rate cut into the rate of interest. So this is a proper opportunity to get low rate interest like top up interest. My advice is closely monitor all your outgoings and accounts of debts. You must have a provision in your budget. Then during this financial year, I am going to kick off this loan. I am not going to raise new loans. And I advise you, over a period of after 3 years, celebrate one no loan day. And that no loan day is the day wherein you are free from all your past debts and you are now planning to take new loans for financing activities. That is no loan. And take it from me, celebrate it with your friends or family in your own style. I need not say what is your own style. One more advice is timely review of your investments. You must review, or rather I will say that you must prepare your balance sheet on 31st March. Your balance sheet on the asset side should give market value of assets you have. On the liability side, balance of your loans and payings and borrowings you should have. And you should find out the net surplus of your own at every year end. So that will give you timely review of investment. I have a habit of monthly review of my share investments, quarterly review of investments in real estate, and quarterly review of investments in other kept in other pockets. So review is conducted. So timely check-up, timely rent is received of the rented property or deposits which I have received out of rented property. I have kept it safely. Then monitoring real estate. Real estate हमने जिसको भाड़े पे दिया है वो बराबर कर रहा है काम. You should frequently visit your property and see that it is intact. Then monitor market value of your property, whether it is rising or declining. Buy or sell decision, you must have appropriate timely decision, or as I said, selling slow moving assets and making investments into the high moving asset or investments having much returns. Monitor stock market investments periodically and reinvesting returns on investment in another investment for getting cascading effects or for getting more and more returns on investments. Friends, after this slide, I will end my presentation and keep house open for question and answer. These are my tips for financial freedom. At the end of the day, we should have nice sleep, and we should have worry-free or tension-free life. For that, these are certain tips. Create your emergency fund. You should have at least ₹1 lakh in fixed deposit or cash in hand for emergency fund, which will finance you your emergencies, hospitalization, or maybe unseen problems or debts. This emergency fund gives you cushion for staying tension free. Second tip is minimize your expense. This is my advice. My wife cursed me on that issue, but let me tell you, minimizing your expenses opens up lot much opportunities or lot much highways on your ways. Pay off your debts. I said every after 3 years you should have no loan day to be celebrated. So you should pay a high priority. You should fix up priorities amongst your debts and pay it off. Then create a travel funds. Friends, Gujarati people says, "Farse to charse." If you travel much, you see world, more you see the world and happening in the world, more you learn of earnings. That is the thing. You get to have much knowledge. If you travel around the world, you learn much and your goals or your targets goes on upgrading. So keep a travel fund. I myself have 20,000 worth of recurring deposit just kept for traveling, and 2,40,000 plus interest I use for traveling. Then create a runway, that is 6 months expenses or needs into the bank account. I have a style of keeping into the fixed deposit my 6 months necessity. That अगर 6 महीना मैंने कुछ भी नहीं किया तो मेरे पास जिंदा रहने के लिए funds हैं. That takes off all your worries from day-to-day life. And start retirement fund. Retirement fund is not much relevant as far as we teachers are concerned, because our service is secured, we have pensionable service, and we will be receiving at least 40% of pension of salary, which is sufficient to have retired life. At the end, let me tell you that be CEO of your life, Chief Energy Officer or Chief Executive Officer, but my definition of CEO is cut your cost, that is spend less, earn more, that is multiply your income sources, and third is optimize saving. So my advice at the end, be CEO of your life, take control of your life, exercise all these 5 rules and 30-20-50 formula in your life. And with these words of being CEO in your life, I wish you all the best, all the success. I pray God that all your dreams or financial planning comes true. And I thank the team members of NSS College, especially Dr. Shamim and Mr. Pradeep Taude, for giving me such an excellent opportunity to talk to you on this Sunday morning. Thank you very much, and have best savings of all of you. Thank you. And house is open for question and answers. Pradeep sir, take charge. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, sir, I'll just unmute all the members so that they can ask you questions.
Yes.
If anybody wants to ask question, can raise your hands. Hello, Pradeep.
Hello.
Pradeep.
Hello.
Yeah, you can carry on.
May I request participants, please, anyone want to raise the question, they can raise in chat box.
There are no questions. We can make it on mail and I will answer it on the.
So I would like to ask one question.
Yeah.
So after this COVID impact 19, okay, there is a chances of lockdown, maximum business will get shut down. Okay, so it is good to invest in shares or invest in Sensex. Because
this is good question, but you should, unless and until you have a good study of share market, I will not advise you to go to share market, because share market is operated by a team of people sitting on the top, and there are much of the, I should not say, but manipulations into it. You should have your own judgment and try invest into the share.
Yes, sir. Thanks a lot, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Hello, Bhivandikar sir. I am
Yes,
Dr. Chandrasekhar Devre.
Yes, sir. Devre sir.
Sir, first of all,